What up, tubers? The Imaginative Astro Bunny here, and welcome back to Minecraft. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be building a launch pad, and on that launch pad will sit a rocket. So, right over here is where the launch pad is going to be. Yeah, I have another launch pad over there, but it says you can only have one launch pad per space center, am I right? So the rocket I have in mind to make with this launch pad is actually based on a rocket that I watched launch earlier today, actually, on a live stream. In case you missed it earlier, Blue Origin launched their new Shepard spacecraft. It was their 5th test mission, I believe, or it was... Alright, Bessie, move the load. Move the load. Huh? Oh. I'm surrounded by cows. Well, as long as there's a cow, I'm gonna have a pre-work sip of milk. May I? May I? Bessie? Let me have some of your milk, please. Sippy, sippy, sippy. So, New Shepard had launched earlier, and it was a successful mission. And I'm thinking now I'm going to go ahead, without further ado, and build the launch pad that I'm thinking of. Hey, Bessie. Do you think you can move out of the way? Don't you moo at me! And when you do moo, you better watch your mouth. This is a YouTube video. Oh. That's right. So here I go. Gonna glide down to where I want to. And oh, that's right. The airport's right there. So if you see that wall over there, that's going to direct rocket exhausts up when a rocket goes for launch. And I'm kind of hoping that, realistically speaking, with the kind of rocket that I'm going to have at the launch pad, I'm hoping that it's not too close to the airport. Look, there's an airplane about to land. So if I go down to the surface here, oi, that land is just out of order. So hang tight while I level this land and get it suitable for launch pad building. Welcome back. So the area I cleared out is 25 meters by 25 meters by 4 meters, I think. Yeah, 4 meters. This is where I'm going to build the launch pad and rocket. So first I'm gonna locate a good spot to start building. Yeah, right in the middle. I might actually consider building this rocket 1-to-1 scale because it's not that big of a rocket, actually. I'm gonna check for the rocket dimensions. I'll be right back. Okay, that took a little longer than expected, but I know what the dimensions for the rocket need to be. The main rocket itself is gonna be built with a diameter of 4 meters, and its height is going to be 18 meters. In feet, that approximates to 12-foot diameter and 60-foot height. So I'm gonna build the engine right here. Actually, I think I'm gonna elevate it 1 block just to keep it realistic looking, I think. So this is the engine. Now in the real New Shepard spacecraft, the engine is incredibly tiny. How does it produce over 50 tons of thrust? That little engine. 55 tons of thrust is the exact 55 tons is the exact thrust. I mean, that's a puny little engine. But at the same time, it's also incredible because it means the technology needed to make such a capability is there, and it's quite small, so it is quite impressive. Okay, so the rocket's going to be suspended a meter above the ground, so let's see. And I said the rocket's going to be 18 meters tall, so I've got a little building up to do. $17 and $18. So let's take a look at it from the ground. Oh, and that up there is a tiny little space capsule that I built in the past. In fact, I'm going to lower the render distance. I don't think it should be that far. Oh, it becomes a bit of fog. Right, of course it does. So here's the New Shepard rocket. This is what carries the capsule into space. Now, I think it's the rocket itself that's called New Shepard, not the spacecraft. I think the spacecraft is just called the New Origin spacecraft. I think the rocket is called New Shepard because it's only a suborbital rocket. In fact, it was only capable of traveling a little more than 2,000 miles per hour before it performed MECO and separated the space capsule. And speaking of the space capsule, I should probably build that as well. So what are the dimensions of the space capsule? Let me go find out. The space capsule has the same diameter as the rocket itself, so I guess I can go ahead and build that. So what am I going to need for this? Let's see. Quartz slab. Where's the stairs? I'm going to need some stairs. For starters, I'm just going to build the capsule itself. I won't worry too much about windows until after I finish the construction. Well, I say I'm not going to worry about it, but here I'm going ahead and designing the rocket so that I can have. So let's see, this isn't going to be a very accurate Origin space capsule because I don't have a lot of blocks to work with. But here's what I'll do anyway. Let's see, I can shrink the windows because the width of just one of the windows is, I think the same dimensions almost as the actual spaceship. I like spaceships. Spaceships are cool. So this is what it'll look like inside the spaceship as we're launching off. So this is pretty cool. Let's see, I'm gonna replace this with a hatch because otherwise, how else are you supposed to get in and out of the spacecraft, right? Yeah. So this work? Yeah, and then, let's see, not now. Ah, here we go, stand. So if I finish this, and with that, I think I just built the Shepard rocket. Isn't she a bee? Or in this case, would it be a he because it's named after Alan Shepard, the first American in space. So I'm just going to take another look at the Blue Origin rocket and see what other details I might add to it. Well, for starters, I can add landing legs to the spaceship. That's a starter. This. Let's see. Fully deployed. It should do that. Let's see. So it goes here. Okay. And right here. And that's the rocket so far. Looks kind of cool, actually. The way that it lands is kind of interesting. It doesn't do a suicide land burn like SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket does. The landing is part suicide. However, the rocket burn is performed so that the rocket comes to nearly a complete halt, and then it slowly and gently floats its way down to the ground, with landing legs extended, and then it comes in for a soft landing at, they said, 6 miles an hour, which is only about as fast as a human running, I would think, or a little faster than the average speed at which a human runs, but so right now I am creating the fins for the rocket. Let's see. That do, or should I, or maybe just this. Ah, man, just lost my ability to speak there for a moment. But, so I'm adding the fins for the rocket right now. And I think this is about as much detail as I can add. No, actually, there's one more bit of detail I can add to it. Okay. Change that. And voila! The rocket itself has been built. Now I'm gonna build the rest of the launch pad itself. Let's see if I bust this open. So, this rocket exhaust is gonna need to go somewhere once it ignites. There's no hole in there. Ah, never mind. So if I create a tunnel over here, the rocket exhaust will channel out through this tunnel. And if I extend it, bust a hole out, now the rocket exhaust has somewhere to go when it's time for liftoff. I think with this lower part of the tunnel, I'll extend it as a half pipe. out to where the terrain actually lowers to the point where the rocket exhaust doesn't need to be channeled by the tunnel. So there. So I guess it's gonna really spit out when it's time for launch. Let's see if I do this. There, I think that looks. There we go. I think that looks pretty nice, don't you think? Yeah, and maybe if I do this, I can give it some extra decoration. I actually think that will do. Yeah, I can see it. Engine exhaust shooting out, spitting out that tunnel, forming a cloud that suffocates all the trees in the area and all the grass, and maybe pollutes the water a bit. And why am I talking about destroying nature? What did Mother Nature ever do to me? So the launch pad appears to be coming along nice, I think. Ugh, fill the commentary. It's such a disgusting thing, don't you think? And there's grass here that's spoiling the view, and voila! That looks pretty neat. Should I go for... Maybe when I'm all done, I'll have some effects or something. I don't know. Now I need to build some clamps for the rocket, because right now I have a rocket that's just floating above a hole, which appears to be the perfect size for it to fall right into. Let's see. Standard red clamps. At least for me, that's the standard. Actually, should I do iron clips? I should do some sort of clips. How does that look? No. Maybe clamps like that. And then upon liftoff, they could turn upwards to release the rocket. Yeah. Actually sounds kind of cool. Yeah. I'm going to do that. So build up these clamps. So, looks neat with those clamps there. Now for the launch tower. Let's see, I'm gonna put a lever here. No, I'm gonna put it here. And just to give it some stability appearances, I'm gonna put one here, here, and here. The other three are for decoration. The fourth one is supposed to it doesn't power the door? How about that? Okay, let me try this. Okay, that'll work. So I'm gonna extend the. I'm gonna extend this. So now there's a proper launch path. I don't know what I'm saying. Like I said, filler commentary is apparently a horrible thing. Just disgusting. trying to fill in time while I'm building some creation. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes videos like these really don't need commentary. I mean, but no. Yeah, filler commentary is apparently a horrible thing. Oh, just barely avoids those sins. This is a downside with being a relatively new YouTuber is I'm not the expert at video commentary, so sometimes I appear to say weird things and it causes for awkward moments. Yeah. In those cases, maybe it is just best to shut up and do the video that you're trying to do. Let's see. So this will create a portion of the launch tower. Let's see, stop right there. Beam there. Put beam there. So this launch pad is looking pretty cool so far. So I think for this next portion of the launch tower, I'm going to have two methods of getting up to the top of this tower. I'll have a fake elevator, and then I'll have a set of stairs. Let's see. Build out a 4x4 area. Do I still have Launchpad room? Yeah, that'll be good. I think I'll put the elevator here and the stairs there. So just this. So this rocket at this launch pad at this space center isn't going to have usage as a space tourism vehicle. I think it's gonna make for a cool addition to my space center, I would think. There. And that should make for that'll make for means of and that'll make the elevator appear as if it can move up and down. Send these tracks to the bottom, all the way to the top. And there is that space capsule floating in the middle of air. Now I think I'm only going to need elevator tracks on the two sides of the elevator itself. So like on these sides. So I'm not going to have them on all four sides, especially since how I don't really have access to the fourth side of the elevator. So if I do this to make it a more secure, hold it more securely. And do this to oh, that's right. Okay. So let's see. So far, it looks like a pretty cool looking launch tower. I mean, at the end, I'm gonna probably want to build some lightning rod towers like I have over at that launch pad. But I'll probably build those off camera. For this recording, you're just gonna watch me finish up this last part of the launch tower that I'll need to make, which is the stairs. So let's And then once I finish this part of the launch tower, I think that will have completed the construction of this launch pad, which will then conclude this video for today. So it's only going to be a few more minutes of recording time, and then this launch pad will be done, I guess. Alrighty. I'm going to make the stair. This is awkward. I was recording, but then I guess the screen recorder decided to stop because the recording, for how long I had been recording, it was about an hour, but hopefully I can significantly reduce the length of the video. But that was kinda weird. So I guess I better finish up this build before the video becomes too big of a file on my computer. Alrighty. And with that, I can actually change the iron bar grading on this. Alrighty. Fix this to make it even safer. Because we all like to be safe, right? Right. So now I've got these stairs and I can walk up to the top of the launch tower and I can apparently fall and potentially injure myself seriously if I'm not too careful. So let's make some railings before we have any accidents. Yuck. It's railing. Actually, I think I can make it work out. I think I can actually, with it, turn it into a 2x2 pole that goes all the way up to the top of the tower. So here we go. Now there's a railing at the top of the tower, and I think, well, unless I use Elytra, I pretty much have created a safe way up, which is a good thing. And no one should be capable of accidentally falling off and meeting their doom. And I think that finishes the launch pad, so that looks pretty cool, I should say. Yeah, I think it's finished. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. India Alpha Bravo checking out. But, I think it's my launch time, so I'm going to get in the capsule and wait for liftoff. Ignition sequence starts. 3, 2, 1, 0.